Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay Aries, here is your extended line of 5 and it's generally neutral. There is a bit of a challenging element coming through the clouds, and the cross and mountain on either side can make it a bit more complicated. But what we're seeing, I think, is coming through mainly from the coffin and how it affects the rest of the line. The coffin has to do with endings, but I think in this case, Aries, we're looking at a weight and having to put things on hold. And with the fish on the other side, it points to money. So maybe you're waiting for money to come through, or maybe you have to postpone a purchase or some other action that you might take with your money or your work or some other practical area of your life. Earlier here we have the anchor and lilies, and this is often a combination of security. The anchor is very solid and the lily has to do with the longer term. So seeing them together puts you on a solid foundation. But the thing about the clouds is that it rocks the boat a little bit. And so maybe something comes up here that causes you to doubt and to have to put things on hold. I have to also say, Aries, that it is the wise thing to do. So if you have doubts, if you don't have all the answers, it's better not to take action and to heed the advice of the clouds and coffin and wait for either the money to come through or to wait before you take some action. Now, the cross and mountain on either side of the clouds can sort of aggravate a little bit the clouds, but they also tell us what this is about. The cross is often a card of decisions and possibly sacrifices. And I think when it comes to financial matters, this is an obvious area where you have to make a decision between two purchases or two decisions. And the mountain can also suggest a blockage, a bit like the coffin. It puts things on hold. The mountain is also sometimes associated with a place abroad or in a different location. And so this can affect a situation that you have abroad. Certainly with the cross and mountain, it tends to suggest a foothold or some kind of base that you have abroad. But I think the main indication here, Aries, is that you need to put something on hold. You don't want to compromise your position, and you don't want to take actions without having the information or the knowledge that you need. So the wiser thing to do is to put things on hold until you can make a decision that is more informed. Now the lily with the cross, coffin, and mountain adds to that. The cross has an element of burden, so it suggests that you have to do this. So maybe it's not entirely in your hands, and that circumstances impose on you this waiting time or this idea of putting things on hold. And the lily and mountain can sometimes suggest a life abroad, and maybe you're considering a move. Maybe this is what's on your mind. Still, this is not a time when you're taking action as much as you're thinking through the matter, Aries. And the cross with the anchor with the cross, fish, and mountain is it can mean a few different things, but in the context of the broader layout here, it adds to what we're saying. The cross and mountain can point to that location or that connection that you have, and with the cross and fish, it has to do with a financial decision that you need to think through carefully. If we didn't have the somewhat challenging cards of the clouds and coffin in the middle, the outer diamond would have suggested an opportunity. And maybe this is happening, and maybe you do have an opportunity, possibly in another location or online, because the mountain can also be online. But I think, Aries, because of the clear message of the clouds and the coffin in various combinations, this is not a time to take action. It's more a focus on thinking through the matter and making a sound decision based on more information. So take it easy, slow down, and if it's a bit frustrating, it's fine, Aries. It's better that you don't rush into anything right now. Let me know what you make of these ideas. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out these cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Taurus, here is your extended line, and it's looking quite bright. We have the key at the end of this line, and we have the beautiful sun right in the middle. And so these bring solutions and answers, and I think you're able to achieve your goals. Now, we do have the fox, which is normally a challenging card in the sense that it suggests someone deceptive, but the fox is also really clever, especially between two bright cards. So it tells us that you're able to get your way and you're able to find the right strategy and the right solution for yourself. Earlier, we have people cards. We have the dog and woman. And so she could be a friend or someone or a colleague with whom you negotiate or with whom you're able to, get around or negotiate with or manage in some way or other so that you can achieve your goal. And actually the rider and birds can also bring up people. Both of them are cards of contact and communication. So it's pretty clear, Taurus, that it has to do with communicating well and reaching out and also being active about this. So I think with some effort and with the willingness to communicate and also being smart and clever, you're definitely able to achieve your goals through this person or with the help of this person, Taurus. Now, the woman with the rider, fox, and birds just adds to this. I think the fox with these cards emphasizes the need to be cautious and calculating in your communication, and definitely be selective about what you share. You don't have to share everything you have in mind. It's really just about being clever and diplomatic. And then the dog with the rider, key, and birds is also similar. It adds an element of solution and this idea of being solution oriented, finding answers. So focus on the outcomes, focus on the bottom lines, and make sure that your purpose for communicating is precisely that. And I think you'll find that this person is helpful. It's just about being cautious as you manage it. Now, I have to say that in this sense, Taurus, the cards are not specific about a certain area of your life. We have people in every area of life. But the fox tends to be more practical, and it can be a card of jobs. So perhaps you could get a job or you could negotiate something better for yourself on the job. But if it's not about work, the same ideas still apply, and they really focus you on this person and on being smart and clever with them, and so that you can get what you want. So I think there can be some good collaboration. Just as long as you manage this communication and this relationship, I think you'll find what you want and get what you want. So really bright cards. Let me know what you make of them, Taurus. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Let me know who this person was and why you needed to sort of be a bit more careful with the relationship. I'm curious. Thank you for tuning in. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you this week. Okay Gemini, here is your extended line of 5, and it's a little bit challenging. We have 3 challenging cards, the mouse, the whip, and the clouds. And I think what we're seeing is that something needs to change and you need to take a more aggressive approach with your situation. Now, what I see coming through this side and mainly through the tree is a sense of being comfortable where you are and centered where you are, and that's great. But when we see the whip and ship on the other side, I think that you need to actively rock your boat a little bit and make changes. So be proactive with getting yourself out of your comfort zone, Gemini. Now, the letter and lily can be work related because the lily is often a card of career, but it can affect other areas of your life. I think with the tree, it affects your lifestyle, your work, and your direction in general. And again, with the whip and ship, there could be, especially in contrast with these cards, it's like the whip shakes up this stable, comfortable situation, and it rocks your boat and it causes you to take action. The ship is very much a movement card, and it's a card of action, and it's often a positive card. So you could be pushed into going in a direction that turns out to be beneficial for you. Now, the mouse and clouds on either side of the tree are also challenging. They're not as challenging as the whip, but they do suggest that there are issues that need to be resolved. And the tree is very good with helping you do this because it's a card that gives you perspective and a sense of detachment and a sense of wisdom. So this is going to be a helpful message to resolve the issues. But again, the whip is action oriented. So once you've considered the options or what you need to do, take action, even aggressive action, Gemini, and get moving. Now, another way we can read these cards is that there can be something that needs to change or be canceled. You get some news that informs you that the direction that you're heading into might need to change. So this can cause like a change of the situation, probably in an uncomfortable way. It can cause you to cancel, to change. It rocks your boat. It can cause some kind of an emergency or some urgency, or a situation that rocks your boat in general. But the contrast between the whip and ship and these calmer cards earlier are very clear, Gemini. And I think whether you do this proactively or it's more or less forced on you, you need to be willing to pick up and make changes. Now, the lily with the mouse, whip, and clouds are also somewhat challenging. We have all three challenging cards connected here. And the lily being a card of career and life path, you could be going through just major challenges or just challenges in your life path and your career right now. But also, Gemini, you could be put in a situation or guided to put into question your lifestyle or certain things that you do in your work and your life. And that could be a good thing because it can awaken you to making changes in a new direction. The letter with the mouse, ship, and clouds is sort of similar to what we saw already. We saw the whip with the ship, and here we're seeing the mouse and clouds with the ship. So it comes from this letter here, and the letter is a card of news and communication. Either you receive it or perhaps you have to initiate it, but it's definitely at least part of what rocks the boat. So there can be news or information or something that comes through that rocks your boat and causes you to get out of your comfort zone and respond to this probably with urgency in order to adjust your path and to fix the situation. Now, it's quite challenging, Gemini, but I am happy to see the ship at the end of this line because the ship is essentially positive and it is also a card of progress and movement. So you're able to get past this and put yourself on a better course. Yes, it's a bit rocky, but I think it's going to empower you thanks to the tree and also adjust your course for the better. I also have to say that although we have the lily and it's a card of work and career, the cards can apply in your life in general or in some specific area. They're flexible in that sense and they deliver the same message. So let me know what you make of these ideas, Gemini. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Cancer, here is your extended line of 5, and clearly it puts into the picture, right in the middle, we have the man, which represents a person or your relationship with someone. And right after we have the heart and letter, which points to some warm messages and contact and communication with this person. So it seems to be a personal relationship here. We have some kind and compassionate feelings through the heart, but also through the flowers at the top. Now earlier we have the Tower and Bear, and this is actually a combination that often represents a manager, a boss, or someone in authority. And so maybe this is a relationship you have with this person and they prove to be really helpful and supportive. The Tower and Bear can also mean that this is a long-term relationship or that there is a past chapter that you have with this person and it seems to be building on the past. But certainly with the heart and letter and the other cards, it suggests that there are some positive vibes and communication with these people and some really good good feelings and interaction. The flowers and cross on either side of the man, they suggest also some happy vibes. The cross can sometimes be challenging, but it also represents things that are meant to be and matters of destiny and deeper things that are underway. So it can be a more or less important relationship. Certainly with the bear and tower and cross, we have this suggestion. And so I think there's a pretty good connection here, and there is also support, and I think also trust. The bear, flowers, heart, and cross is also lovely with the flowers and heart together, and the bear and cross, which really make this relationship important. There are some really good vibes and some really good connections here with this person. And I also think that this is someone who supports you, who has your back, if you like, and I think this is someone you want to focus on and prioritize, Cancer. The Tower with the flowers, letter, and cross is also lovely because we see that there is an important piece of news or some important contact that happens with this person, and thanks to the flowers and also the heart earlier, it points to some really good news, and I also think some relieving and like generally news that lightens you up. I do think it's mostly personal, but it might not be the case, Cancer. It can be someone who helps you with something else. The Tower can be a card of official things, and like I said, the bear can represent someone in authority. So maybe this is someone who was about to make a decision with regards to something that matters to you, and the decision comes through positively. On the job, for example, it could be an offer or feedback that you want. With money matters, although we're not really seeing the money card here. It can also point to good news. Really, in any context, you have someone's back and they come back to you with positive feedback that makes you happy. So let me know what you make of these ideas, Cancer. Let me know who this person was and what the news is about. As always, I look forward to your feedback. Thank you for tuning in. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Leo, here is your extended line of 5, and we have a clear message for an ending and a release of a past situation, one that I think has been heavy on you. And it's really nice to see the Rider on the other side of the scythe, because the Rider is a card of momentum and speed, and it really has that sense of forward movement. And so it looks like you are liberated from this situation because the scythe cuts you off from it, so you're able to release yourself from this. So a very powerful message here. Earlier we have the flowers with the Tower and cross, and I think that even though the flowers is quite positive, in this part of the line I think it tells us that you've dealt with this and you've given it your best, you were optimistic about it, and possibly you've completed what you needed to do. And so with the Scythe and Rider, you're able to release yourself from this. The cross can be a card of heaviness and burdens. And so the Scythe and Rider are really welcome because you're able to get this off your back. We've got the Man and Coffin on either side of the cross, and this points to a relationship or someone probably who is related to the situation, because we have the Coffin as well. And the Coffin is a card of endings. With the cross, I really think here that you need to make a decision and let go of this person. We see this as well in the inner diamond, where it's very clear with the Scythe and Coffin that we're looking at an ending. And the Tower and Coffin as well points to a phase that ends, and it seems that it involves a person, or perhaps the situation is specifically about a relationship. With the flowers, Man, Rider, and Coffin, we also see similar ideas where you're able to let go of what might have been a positive situation, but I think right now you're focused on change and you're focused on what's next. So Leo, this is a good time to make a change. It's a good time to release yourself from someone or something and to just let go and move in a different direction. I also think that you can't be tied down anymore, so you really need to release yourself so you can pursue other things in your life. Let me know what you make of this. Let me know in what context this figured, if this was personal or in another area of your life. As always, I look forward to your feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you as always for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Virgo, here is your line of 5, your extended line of 5, and we have some really bright messages. We have the beautiful flowers and the clover, we have the moon, the anchor and ship, really all of them are bright. And we have the Man in the cards, which suggests a relationship. So the messages are actually really clear. It points to a solid relationship that moves forward in the direction that you want. And And yeah, you just move forward. Things are working out with this relationship. So you could be spending time with this person, just enjoying the connection and enjoying the fact that it is heading in the direction that you like. The anchor and the tree are really solid cards, and on either side of the man, they point to a solid relationship. There is trust and connection, and the moon and clover is a lovely message here. The moon is gentle, the clover is lucky, so there can be some really good vibes and quite a lot of attraction. We have the ship and flowers on either side of the tree, so things are blooming and heading in the right direction. Any way you look at these cards, they are lovely for this relationship. The man with the ship, moon, and flowers, same idea. There is attraction, maybe flirting, and a lot of good connections here. And the anchor, ship, clover, and flowers, again, just really the same messages recurring with all of these positive cards. Things are heading in the right direction. You definitely want to stick with this relationship, Virgo, because it is working out. And you also want to allow it to unfold naturally. So the cards have a very passive element where there's a beautiful receptive energy. So these are lovely cards that bring a beautiful connection with this person. Now, who this person is, we don't really see it from the cards. I suspect it's more personal, more loving, because the cards are gentle. But it can apply in another context of your life. It can be a colleague, someone in your family, or another connection in your life. It looks like this is someone supportive, and I think you can really build a good relationship with this person. Let me know what you make of these ideas. I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Let me know who this person was and how the relationship is going. Thank you for tuning in, Virgo. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Libra, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay Libra, here is your extended line of 5 and it's looking quite bright. We have quite a few really positive cards. In fact, all of these are positive: clover, key, flowers, anchor, and tree. And the fish is about money and the man represents a person. So these are great cards probably for any context. There is wish fulfillment, there is a positive conclusion, there is growth and well-being, and a good relationship here. Because the fish is a card of money, these are great cards for abundance and for being productive and getting things done and seeing the results of your efforts. The key brings answers and the anchor brings a positive conclusion. So with the flowers and clover, you could be at a point of fulfillment, wish fulfillment, and things materializing, I would say almost exactly as you want them to, Libra. Like I said, the fish is about money, so this can very much be about abundance and well-being. The man and tree on either side of the flowers are, they focus on a person here. And with the flowers and tree, there's a lovely relationship that develops. So really, any way you look at these cards, they are broadly positive. They're great for money, they're great for a relationship. It could be individual areas of your life that are positively affected, or perhaps the man is connected with this financial or abundant situation. The key with the man, anchor, and tree is very much advised to stick with this relationship, Libra, because obviously this person brings answers and support. And the clover, man, fish, and tree are great for abundance also and overall well-being. So again, this could be someone who affects your financial picture or your practical or similar areas in a positive way, or it can mean that there is a really positive relationship that unfolds, or both. So again, these are broadly positive cards. They can affect any area of your life. Seems to affect the practical, financial area of your life, but really any area is also positively affected. So give this person the time of day and be optimistic in general. Focus on what you have in common and on creating a solid foundation. And I think you'll find that things are moving in a really positive direction, Libra. So let me know what you make of these cards. They're lovely. I hope you resonate with them. I hope it manifests for you. I look forward to your comments and your feedback. Thank you for tuning in. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Scorpio, here is your extended line of 5, and it's looking so bright. We have all around happy cards, and quite curiously, it's really similar to the previous reading, although just the difference is the man. Oh gosh, although I did shuffle the cards really well. I always do between readings. I'm seeing bright messages this week for many of us as well, so that is lovely. We have the flowers, key, clover, we have the flowers, anchor, clover, and key are all very bright cards. The heart is also bright, especially with additional bright cards, and the tree. And we have the woman at the top that represents a person. So a very straightforward message here that points to a wonderful relationship that is lovely, has trust, a really good connection. Probably with the key, it brings answers. So maybe this is someone who opens up an opportunity for you, and certainly the relationship is unfolding and growing. Each of these cards is bright. The anchor and tree have a solid, like a stable element. So it's a relationship that has trust. It's certainly a relationship you want to focus on. And the flowers, heart, clover, and key bring all around success messages. So the cards are very broad and very straightforward. They suggest a very happy week, probably with the help, or it involves a really good relationship, and I think you are able to see things materialize across different areas, or more specifically in an area. The anchor, woman, clover, and tree is lovely for a relationship. This is someone who supports you. There's definitely trust and well-being. So focus on this relationship, Scorpio. And the flowers, woman, key, and tree is also lovely because it brings a very supportive relationship. And the tree and key often suggest achieving a very important goal. So again, I think that this is someone who's got your back, who supports you, and who enables you to achieve your goals. I think it's someone who really feels with you and who has compassion for you and the things that you care about. So it's either she supports you to achieve something, or this relationship with this person, whoever she represents exactly, is lovely, and it opens up a wonderful connection. And these cards can apply in any context, I have to say, Scorpio. The thing about them is that they are very broadly positive, and we've got a whole bunch of them. So we don't really see a theme or an area. So it can apply in a specific area of your life, or maybe more generally. Let me know in the comments. I hope you resonate with this beautiful message. I hope it manifests for you, Scorpio. Let me know. Thank you for tuning in as always. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Sagittarius, here is your extended line of 5, and we see a relationship with the man and heart and ring. And the house is also potentially a card of relationships. In the middle, though, we have the clouds, which is a little bit challenging. And I think that it brings into focus some tension or some issues that you have with this person. But the Stork and house and the key suggest that you are able to resolve this. There can be a change on the home front in a physical way, like a move or something like that. But I think there is also a shaking up of the tension so that you're able to deal with this. The heart and man suggests a good relationship. There are some kind feelings here. But again, there is some tension that needs to be brought to the surface and dealt with. And the key and the ring and key on either side of the clouds are also helpful and very similar in structure, because the key brings answers in the issue here that we see with the relationship. So there's like a similar structure between the two lines intersecting at the clouds. But I think the message is hopeful. The tension is going to be brought out to the surface, and the key probably suggests that it's going to be resolved. So that's a really good message. So don't give up on the relationship or anything like that, Sagittarius. It's fine. The issues they don't seem to be huge deals or anything dramatic, and so it's going to be fine. Just be willing to bring it out to the surface. The man with the ring, stork, and key is a lovely message. It confirms what we said. The stork and key brings answers, and the man and ring usually suggests a serious relationship. And the heart, ring, house, and key is also lovely for a relationship. The heart and ring together point to a loving relationship. And the house and key is usually associated with real estate, and maybe this has to do with living together, or maybe just metaphorically getting closer. So these are really nice cards for the relationship. Now I have to say, because of the house and key and the stork, there can be some real estate transaction, and maybe this is someone who finds you a deal. Maybe the clouds and key can't suggest negotiating the deal, but I think you're able to negotiate successfully, and you're able to take action on this property or on this transaction, whatever it is specifically. So that's an interesting interpretation as well through the cards. I don't think it's the most likely or the most common or frequent interpretation. I think it can apply, of course, to some of you. I think the relationship interpretation is the most general and the more likely for a broadly reading like our weekly horoscopes. But again, Sagittarius, focus on the outcomes, focus on solution, be willing to solve a problem, and be willing also to bring it out in order for it to be dealt with. And focus on this relationship. It looks like it's loving and supportive. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out these cards and see what is in store for you. Okay Capricorn, here is your extended line of 5, and it sounds pretty exciting because of the bear and ship. This could be a big trip, a big change, some big steps forward. And we also have the coffin in the bottom here, which is an ending. So it's likely that something can come to a conclusion and to be brought to a head, and this gives you a powerful and empowering momentum to move forward. Earlier here we have the house and mountain. This can be a house you have abroad, or a connection you have abroad, or maybe just in a different location, possibly online. And the heart and bear is certainly a wonderful connection, a protective kind of energy. And with the ship, there can be the possibility of you traveling to this place to connect with someone. But again, like I said, you could also get something that materializes mainly through this column, and you're able to move forward. The anchor and coffin on either side of the heart suggests an ending. Maybe the heart and coffin can suggest a bit of a heavy heart, but certainly with the bear and ship, which have a lot of momentum, it's more likely that it's a positive conclusion. So it sounds, Capricorn, like you can tap into a certain connection that you have abroad that enables you to move forward. You could bring something to a head, and this gives you a momentum for the next steps. The mountain with the anchor and bear and coffin probably suggests ending your connection with a place or with a situation. Each of the anchor and mountain, and the bear and mountain suggests someone who is based abroad. But with the coffin here, you might end that connection or that foothold that you have. That could be pretty significant, I think. The house and the anchor with the ship and coffin is similar. You could be leaving from a place. You could be disconnecting from a situation, or it can come to a conclusion and you move to another phase or to another space in a physical way. So I have to say, Capricorn, that the cards are quite handful. And if it weren't because the heart is in the middle, which probably suggests that it makes you happy, this could have been quite a situation, and it could be a significant change. So I realize that this is a weekly reading, but it can be quite a significant change that we see at least starting within this week. There can be important trips, important endings and conclusions, and major steps forward. And you could even be ending a chapter or some kind of foothold or something significant for you in a different location. Or you're able to get past a situation that was stuck, and now you're able to move forward. So quite empowering and quite exciting, and I certainly hope this materializes for you, Capricorn. Now I have to say that apart from this space, home, footholds suggestion from the cards, they can apply in different contexts. They can suggest a relationship, a work relation, some other involvement in your life where you have to bring things to a head and move on. So I think that's empowering and exciting, and what is ahead seems to be quite significant and possibly demanding. Very interesting cards, Capricorn. I certainly look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Let me know in the comments what you make of them. Thank you as always for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Aquarius, here is your extended line and it's looking a bit challenging. We have the whip, snake, and fox in the cards, and the bird with challenging cards can also become a bit more challenging. Now, the bird in the middle is a card of news and communication, and we also have the letter, which is about that. Now, it seems to me, just from looking at the cards overall, Aquarius, that you could turn down something. And it might lead to some difficulty with the person or the interaction is a bit tense. But the key at the beginning is actually quite a supportive card, and it tells us that you might need to do this. You might need to put someone in place, turn something down, say no. And I think it's going to be met with quite a bit of resistance. We see this with the snake and birds, and the whip and fox. And then we have the letter and mountain. The mountain at the end of the line can point to a location abroad or farther away from where you are, but it is also a blockage card, so an obstacle card. And so it works well with this idea of saying no and drawing the line and just putting up the boundary if you like. The snake is also a card of secrecy, and I think with the key, it's a good idea to strategize how you're going to communicate this, even though, to be honest with you, based on the cards, I think it's not going to be so well received regardless. The whip and fox, and the whip and bird, and really and the whip and bird, and really the whip with any card is going to suggest a more aggressive and more tense interaction here. The fox can also be a bit like the snake. The snake is a bit more toxic. And I think it really is about putting this person in place. I think you're going to see through their selfishness or their maybe not so honest approach. And I think this is what you're sort of blowing out of the water. At the same time, once you do, I think you're good to move on, and you just draw the line and you just move on from this, Aquarius. The snake with the whip, letter, and fox is similar to what we said. This is where you have to break the news. It sounds like maybe you were being careful about this, but I think the whip is gonna draw a line and just have you deal with this in a more forthright way, Aquarius. And the key with the whip, mountain, and fox, similar, the obstacles, the challenge with this person, and the need to put this to a stop or just say no. Again, the key is empowering. It brings you solutions. And it is also a card that tells us that you've got what it takes within you. So it is a card of resourcefulness and you know the answers. So I think you need to do this. You need to draw the line, say no, and just move away from this. And even if they throw a ball at you or something, Aquarius, I think you should just stand your ground and put up the boundary and let them have their fit, unfortunately. Now, supposing that it's the other way around, that you get the bad news, Aquarius, it's also not the end of the world because of the key. And the mountain can just mean that you put something on hold. I think it's more likely the first interpretation where you're the one who needs to make this point, but it can be the other way around. So it's a little bit tense this week. You need to have that difficult conversation or interaction. You need to say no, or you need to put an end to a difficult situation with someone, probably, because there's a communication here. And also, I think you need to prioritize your goals, Aquarius. So you need to put yourself first, and you can't always be spreading yourself too thin. So move away from anything toxic or draining and say no, and take care of yourself. Now, the cards are flexible in the sense that the theme or the area where they figure is flexible. The fox is sometimes a card of jobs, so maybe we're looking at your work or some projects, but it can also be in relationships and something else in your life. I can also add, Aquarius, that the mountain is sometimes a place abroad, so maybe this is long distance or online. And if this is about you traveling, then I don't think this is the most ideal time, Aquarius. It sounds like you need to fix some things. There are problems, issues that come up. So this might postpone a little bit these plans. Let me know what you make of these cards. I hope you're able to have that forthright conversation and move on, Aquarius. As always, I look forward to your feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading. We are doing an extended line of 5 today with the Zen deck. Let's deal out your cards and see what is in store for you. Okay, Pisces, here is your extended line of 5, and it is looking a bit challenging. You are putting something to an end. This is very, very clear. We have the whip, tower, and coffin that come on the other side of the ship and cross. So this could be a journey that you undertook or some important direction that you're on. But with the whip, tower, and coffin, it seems to me, Pisces, that you could make a decision not to pursue this journey or this longer term goal, and instead you're gonna put an end to it and decide not to go with it. We have the letter with the whip and book, and this could be some challenging news, and both the book and letter are actually about news, so they seem to be what affects your decision. Maybe this is feedback or information that causes you to decide to change directions and decide not to pursue the current direction. So these are some really clear cards. We're wrapping up with the coffin, and the whip is challenging in the middle. I think the whip is you saying no. I think it's you deciding that this is not going to work out, and so you're not going to pursue it further. So you're going to draw a line. I also think, Pisces, that the cards are helpful in terms of giving you advice and in terms of telling you not to waste your time on something that might not work out long term. So this could be a revision for your path and your direction at this time. The cross with the letter, tower, and book, this could be the information that comes through, the knowledge that you need. The tower is often a card of authority, and with the book, I often take it to mean higher education and things like that. So maybe you need information from an expert, and this information, you get the feedback, and it's what contributes to your decision. With the ship, letter, coffin, and book, again, it's the same idea where we're seeing an ending, and you decide that based on this information, you can't pursue this journey further. So this can be a change, and it could come across as heavy, or if it involves other people, they might be shocked or maybe upset by your decision not to pursue this if it involves other people. Otherwise, Pisces, I think it's important that you evaluate things well so that you can make a good decision, and also get the information, the expert information or the input that you need in order to make an informed decision, because it seems to affect the longer term path. So it puts a journey to an end, or a consideration or a path to an end. And, it can sort of change the picture for you this week. But again, I think it's in your hands, and I think you need to also be firm about this, and to be clear that if it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out, and that's all, and you're going to move on. Also, Pisces, the cards can apply in different contexts. They can apply at work or in your life in general or in some other area. I'm not seeing so much relationship cards, so I don't think this has to do with a person, but it does seem to affect your journey and the longer term. So quite a moment this week, and possibly a big decision with a long-term impact. Let me know what you make of this, Pisces, how it applies to you, how you're going to draw a line and not waste time on something that's not going to work out. As always, I look forward to your feedback. Thank you for tuning in. Very best of luck with the week. And until next time, take very good care of yourself.